Tonight, in a David Goldstein investigation, a fortune in your tax dollars was set aside to fix city sidewalks for the disabled.
But investigative reporter David Goldstein discovered that some of that money may have been wasted because the sidewalks weren't fixed correctly. And he's here now with that story.
Yeah, you know, there are strict guidelines they have to follow in these cases. Now, the city is spending billions of taxpayer dollars to fix sidewalks and make them accessible for the disabled. But in some cases, we found city crews didn't do it according to code, and they'll have to be ripped up and done again.
You would have to rip out this concrete.
Our experts found mistake.
There's too much slope, side slope.
After mistake.
You can also then flip backwards and hit your head.
After mistake. Errors made by the city of LA on sidewalks constructed for the disabled. This despite the fact the city just recently settled the largest disability lawsuit in history.
It's sad.
Judy Griffin, who has multiple sclerosis, was one of the people who sued the city.
It's abusing taxpayer money.
And making it dangerous for the disabled. Take Zach Weinstein of Studio City. Like a lot of people, he likes to go to the park just across the street from his house. But for Zach, it isn't easy to get there. He's a quadriplegic after a swimming accident. To get to the park, he has to steer his wheelchair as if it were a four-wheel drive, across a grassy hill, down a dirt path.
I put a request in for the city to address that issue, and they just didn't.
LA City work crews did respond to his request by installing this wheelchair-accessible curb ramp, but there's one problem. Watch as Zach goes down the ramp, but the city built it on just one side of the street. As he crosses Valley Heart Drive, there's no ramp on the other side. No easy way to get into the park.
What's been done here is literally a half measure.
And that's just one of many mistakes we found with recent sidewalk repairs in LA that were supposed to help the disabled. CBS 2 News asked two certified disability experts to check out recent work done by city crews. Take the intersection of Nordhoff and Tobias in Panorama City. With hidden cameras, we watched these city crews building a new curb ramp for wheelchairs back in December. We even saw the city worker check the slope to make sure it complies with federal guidelines. But after they were done, we had Mark Anderson, a certified disability specialist and an architect, do his own measurements.
It will cost taxpayers more money.
He says the work was done incorrectly and didn't comply with both federal, state, and city regulations.
What we're seeing with our numbers is that they're almost twice what's allowed.
We also found one of Mayor Garcetti's great streets to be less than great for the disabled. Drone Force 2 gives us a bird's eye view of Reseda Boulevard in Northridge, where the city spent more than $1.2 million to put in bike lanes and paint the sidewalks.
Do you see anything here that's accessible for disabled? Not on these two block faces, no.
Paul Bishop, who's a certified access specialist, did find one recently installed curb ramp, but from up above, you can see it's on one side of the crosswalk and there isn't one on the other.
It doesn't make sense.
The ramp only goes to the street. It doesn't help me get to the park.
We showed the video of what we found to Stephen David Simon, the executive director of the LA Department on Disability.
It's disturbing to me to find out that could be a significant percentage that are not in compliance.
And does this trouble you?
Absolutely.
It's his department's job to monitor the city's compliance with ADA laws, but he admits they rarely inspect work that's been completed.
The fact that nobody checks on them, isn't that a problem in itself?
It is, yes, I'll agree with that.
And it's a problem for people like Zach, who still has no easy way to get into the park.
Anyone like me should be able to get to the park at any time, just like anyone else.
Now, the Department on Disability admits that if errors were made, the work will have to be redone, with taxpayers paying for it again, twice for the same sidewalk. Pat, back to you.